we have pared it down into a certain number of elements that we think are necessary to make it a success. And if you're going to miss on one of those things, it can really become a point of failure for you. So I wrote this article a couple of years ago for Sydney Morning Herald, why going to work is like going back in time. So this is one of the critical things about SharePoint. If you're still going to work and you have SharePoint and you feel like you're still going back in time, as in you're living in Outlook and you're working out of a shared drive where you can't find anything, and sharing information is really a problem, and you're just forever on the phone, forever in meetings, forever over email, you're really not working efficiently, and it's like being back in time, because you know how efficient things can be these days, right? You got a smartphone, you got a tablet. Some of the elements of success are, we think, UX, centered around the user. So the user design, the user experience, right? So IT traditionally go, oh, design, oh, that's just for marketing. We don't really care. But it's important, as we know, for end users. You see something, you want to engage with it, you like the look of it, you're more likely to engage with it and be interested in it, like that. And thinking about that end user, again, a lot of people, they roll out something and they're just kind of thinking about themselves. They're not really they don't understand it from the end user. So we've seen, for example, with one real estate agency, that the marketing department had a concept around a brand center, so all these franchises could download these different assets, right? So whether they needed a logo or a poster, or they wanted to order a signboard, for sale and all that. So the marketing team got together with a developer and said, okay, we needed to do this and this and this. And so the developer, so they built this whole thing, cost a lot of money. And the end users, the franchise users, came to use it, and they were like, oh my God, like they were just completely confused because it was just so much information. It was like a back-end system for the marketing department to manage all the collateral, not a front-end view for the franchise user who's not very technical savvy and just wants to order a signboard. Yeah, one of the reasons that Santos contacted us is they heard about the work we did at CBA, and so we're quite strong on that. And I just had Asset contact us as well, because based on this as well, they're really into the user journey, user experience. It's important. Okay. Clear governance is important. So again, it's just about that sprawling mess, So you don't want to lock it down so people can't do anything, but you don't want to open it up so people can do everything wherever they want. So it's just, a lot of this is common sense, but if you've never done it before, you don't realize it, and you can just get yourself in a lot of trouble. Okay, code-free development. So how many people have ever created an intranet and then gotten told, oh no, we can't change that module, oh no, this is going to be too much, it's going to cost too much, and you got stuck, right? Any hands? Okay, a few hands, okay, like quite a few hands, okay, 6, 7, 8 hands. So this can happen a lot. So often with developers, fantastic developers really know about .NET and everything, and they get told to build something, oh great, and they just get out their big toolbox and love coding it up, which is great, and then later it comes around to changing, upgrading, it can be a real problem. So what we do a lot in WebVine is code-free development. So still development, but you're using these jigsaw pieces that I mentioned rather than getting out lines of code. A little bit IA, I mentioned search strategy. Your information architecture is also kind of important. It's like a little map of where people find information. So if you have an intranet portal and you've got your navigation bar and things, does it make sense? I'm always thinking of if you got a new employee came in the morning and they wanted to go to the intranet to find something, would they be able to look at it and know where to go? Or would they have to have been in the company for years to understand the lingo? And it's amazing how many people, again, don't think of the end user, think of themselves, map it out according to and especially if they're a librarian or something, it's really obvious. And then and everyone else is completely lost, can't find, and they go, oh, can't find anything, I'll just go over here instead. And they stop using the platform. So it's just important. Again, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go on months long of exercise to get the IA right, but you need to know enough to know that you have to think about it and try and, approach it. Okay, so and the main thing, the reason for doing all this stuff is to get this, right? User adoption. So you can build all these beautiful things, and then if no one's going to use them, it's really sad, And there are so many broken-hearted intranet managers. I can't tell you. There are loads of them.